But due to the lack of size, we'll have to rely on speed in order to mount a pressure defense to a fast break offense. So it's a three-guard offense. Like you said, Mark, Rams have to stay away from the turnover. So many times last year, South River didn't even get a shot off, threw the ball away, were forced into a steal or a bad pass. If you don't get a shot off, you don't even have a chance to be in the ball game.
I think they have to shoot from the outside tonight, because if South Brunswick plays a zone, packs it in, they're going to give them the outside shot, and South Brunswick's going to take the rebound and run. Or they're going to take the rebound because they're big men. South River's got to take, they can't be afraid to take the outside shot. All coaches say, hey, we want them inside the paint. We want shots, high percent shots, but sometimes you just have to go with the outside shooting.
We'll be right back after the playing of our national anthem. So we're just about set. The home opener here, Fitzpatrick, Rams and Vikings. Well, according to Tom Carpenter, he feels with the addition of his transfers, his offense is just going to be a setup and a power-oriented team. Go inside, just milk what you got.
All right, that's what I'm saying. South River's going to have to play a good zone and pack it in and cut off the passing lanes. If they come out with a 1-2-2, I don't know if they are, the top man's going to have to sag down into the zone and take the middle away. That was my job when I played, and I always wanted to go out and harass and play on the top of the key. You know, you got to drop back. That's one important thing that top guy has to do, that point guard on defense, is drop in the lane and protect that middle passing lane inside the paint.
Rams beat the Vikings twice last year. Won the season opener at South Brunswick 45-43 and won here at Fitzpatrick 55-49, but an entirely different Viking club now with just only one returning starter, that being number 11, Tom Martin. So it'll be Greg Ginn and Donnell Lumpkin the jump. Rams in the home maroon trimmed with gray. Vikings in the white trimmed with black and gold. Rams control the tap. 1-2-2 zone defense to start the ball game. Knocked away by Altamore, and he controls very quickly a turnover. Here's Lumpkin, and he's fouled.
Right there, Craig, we talked about it. Right in the game, he said, South River can't afford turnovers. Bad pass. Ian Ivanovich waited too long to make that pass.
So Donnell Lumpkin shooting two, a foul on Luther Foster. Officials once again, Art Harmon and Joe Diaz. It'll be Donnell Lumpkin, the 6'6" sophomore transfer, had some key free throws down the stretch to give the Vikings an upset win. 20 points and 5 rebounds in the win over the Ramblers. This year marked the Blue Division, and really all of Middlesex County, a lot more up for grabs. Keith Hughes no longer at Carteret. East Brunswick is strong, but they graduated some good players. Keith Metesky. Lynero Summers has gone from New Brunswick along with Ron Ricketts, so they have Lorenzo Williams back. Here's DeSantis. So it's a 2-1, Rams on top, 7:15 to play, first quarter. Backcourt pressure from South River.
Usual mistake. The Rams started dropping back, forgot to press.
Rams open up man-to-man. Lumpkin on the turnaround, won't go, and DeSantis controls the rebound. One thing we'll have to watch, Big Mark Moore, number 32 for the Vikings, got a heavy brace on that left knee. We'll see how well he runs, Mark.
He's a big guy, too, putting a lot of pressure on that knee every time he takes a step.
Rodney Harris with the basketball. He's the key to this season. A senior, played soccer during the fall for the first time, in great shape. DeSantis won't go, battle for it, and Rams race it down. Nice hustle by Greg Ginn. Rodney had a notion. Rodney Harris won't go. Lumpkin, easy rebound.
Craig, the Rams have to take that shot. They're going to have to hit it tonight.
Young backcourt for the Vikings. Altamora, number 12, a sophomore. Martin, number 11, just a junior. Starts as one senior, and Dave Hornaday. And Vikings turn it over. You know, that win against Carteret's got to give Tom Carpenter and his club a lot of confidence.
That's right, against Carteret, a good team. Carteret pressing, South River breaks the press, doesn't get the basket.
Got to remember these opportunities, Mark. Rams have had some open jumpers, haven't hit them.
Vikings came out with a 2-2-1 full court press.
A reaching in foul on Rodney, his first, second on the team. Other members on the Rams, number 4, it'll be Vinny Jackson, Art Diem, Gart Smalley, Keith Ballas, Jim Mackwith, Carl Buffalino, Rich Holloman, all dressed. Hornaday from the baseline, he's got it. Vikings back on top, 3-2, 5:35 to play, first quarter. Greg Ginn, obvious disadvantage both size and weight-wise as Foster's jumper won't go.
That was a high percentage shot. Should have went. Ian Ivanovic, bad foul.
Ian's first, third team foul. Vinny Jackson, number 14, the junior has come on. Had a good season at tailback. Led the Rams in scoring.
Mediocre season tailback, in my opinion.
Not getting controversial first game. Was prone with some fumbles. One thing we have to talk about, Mark, Bill Shateri moving on.
That's one thing we will have to talk about.
Tom Martin connects from outside. That Viking lead now at 3, 5-2. Bat out of bounds by Martin. Rams will retain possession. Keith Hudat, in preseason interviews, was saying it's going to be a big challenge for his club, being such a small team. They get a big test in game number 1 of the 86-87 campaign, a big Viking ball club. Good defense here by the Vikings. 4:10 remaining first quarter. Here's DeSantis, no good. Rams have been called from the outside.
Rams not able to get the ball into the middle on the zone, the Viking zone. On the press too, Craig. You got to get the ball in the middle of the floor or to the end.
Tom Martin connects. 7-2 Vikings on top. Keith Hudak wants the timeout. 3:47 remaining first quarter. Back at Fitzpatrick, home opener, Rams and Vikings on South River TV 35. Girls won their opener last Friday, 39-31 over Metuchen, and are now 2-0 with a win Monday at Piscataway Votech. They'll move on to the Montgomery Christmas Tournament. Boys are in the Christmas Tournament this year. They'll play Highland Park in the opening round of the St. Peter's Christmas Tourney, and the winner of that game will meet the winner of St. Peter's, St. Pius. DeSantis, he's got it. So Mike with both buckets for South River. Rams trail 7-4, 3:24 remaining first quarter. Lumpkin. 3 points from the sophomore. 9-4 Viking lead. There's Foster moves it across. Harris has it knocked away, recovers.
Thought too much about that one, Craig.
DeSantis' jumper won't go. Big Mark more controlling the board. Rams have to hit their outside jumper. It's going to be really tough to get a rebound.
That's right, it is, Craig. We said that in the pregame.
Lumpkin is fouled at the baseline. Appears to be on Vinnie Jackson. It is his first, 4th on the team. Rams in foul difficulty already. Set play for the Vikings as Hornaday will trigger. And it's stolen by DeSantis. Rodney, and he is fouled by Tom Martin. Tom not happy with the call. His first on the team. So Rodney Harris averaged 13 per ball game as a junior. Best ball game was 34 against St. Mary's South Amboy. And Rams last year finished at 8-12. Lost a lot of close games.
Craig, I didn't see a game last season as Rodney hit his first one. But, you know, I kept up with the papers and everything. And they're going to lose a lot of close ones this year, too, to the fact if they got it, their shooting percentage. They got to have a high shooting percentage without height.
So number 25, Keith Ballas has come on, along with number 21, Art Diem. 9-6, that Viking lead at 3. Rams pressuring the ball out high now. Good defense by Harris. Hornaday lets fly. Jumper is long. Martin controls the rebound. Here's Moore, and a whistle before the shot. Offensive foul.
Bad call there, Craig.
I thought he might have walked. He kind of stumbled a bit.
That might have been the case. That was a bad call.
Rams take over. They trail by 3, 9-6. Backcourt pressure, and saved by Art Diem. Nice play by Art.
Rams have to attack. They're not trying to move the ball up the court. On that press, they have to pass, and move it up quickly.
Vikings still at 1-2-2. DeSantis from that baseline, short. Batted around control by Tom Martin. Hornaday on the drive, goes glass, won't go, gets his own rebound, and he is fouled. Nice second effort by the 6'4" senior, Dave Hornaday. Art Diem call for the personal. Foul his first. So Big Dave Hornaday, that front line of South Brunswick. Mark Moore 6'6", Dave Hornaday 6'4", Donnell Lumpkin 6'6". And he's listed, Mark, Dave Hornaday as the small forward at 6'4".
I didn't catch it.
He's listed as a small forward at 6'4".
In high school, that's a big forward.
Vikings by 4. Diem, and he is rejected by Moore. Rams battle for it. Here's Harris, forces and hits. Rodney with 4. 10-8 Viking lead. 52 seconds to play, first quarter. Second contest on the year for the Vikings. Won their home opener 52-49 over the Carteret Ramblers. That's got to give the Vikings a slight edge as Hornaday pops. Dave with 4, a game under their belt. And a blocking foul on Altamora. Third team foul on South Brunswick. 32 seconds to play. Rodney Harris floater is good. Rodney went right on the big man. He's got 6.
That time South River took the ball to the middle of the court. Our team flashed. They got it to the side, moved it up the court quickly. Something good happened.
Hornaday is wide open. Nice touch for the big man from the outside. He's got 6. 14-10 Vikings. DeSantis pops. No good. Saved by Moore, but out of bounds. So a sloppy play.
Lloyd Moore from Rutgers.
We'll take a break. 1 quarter complete. Vikings lead at 14-10. Craig's come along with Mark Gregory, talking movies during the break. Rams, as we emphasized earlier in the broadcast, they're not going to get a second opportunity. You have to hit those outside jumpers.
That's right, Craig. They haven't gotten a second opportunity the whole first quarter, so they're going to have to rely on good passing and good press breaking. You got the ball to the middle of the floor, things happen for them.
South Brunswick starts the second with Moore, Hornaday, Lumpkin, Martin, and Altamore. Rams go with Foster, Ivanovich, Harris, DeSantis, and Ginn. Foul on Rodney Harris. Rodney's second personal. Rams over the limit, so it'll be a front end of 1-1. Rams wanted the steal. That was a close one, Mark. I couldn't see. It looked like Mike DeSantis got a ball. I couldn't tell if Rodney got a piece of Rich Altamore, the 5'10 sophomore. Battle for the rebound, and Ivanovich controls. Up ahead to Harris. Rejected by Martin. His follow is good. Rodney with 6. Viking lead down to 2. 14-12. 7:40 remaining first half. Rams pressuring the ball out high. Here's Lumpkin. Tough man to stop. He's got 5.
That's the problem with that little pop-out half-court press there. The Rams lose like that, and they're going to get an easy basket.
Here's Altamore trying to race down, and he stepped on the baseline.
I was saying, Craig, that quick pop-out press, you know, they get the ball in, it doesn't work. It's going to be too tough.
The backcourt pressure from the Vikings. South Brunswick mark a young backcourt, Tom Martin, a junior, Altamore, a sophomore.
They look like they're not going to have to shave for another 10 years. Young-looking guys.
Here's steal by Hornaday. Here's Ian Ivanovich. Floater won't go. Control by Lumpkin. 6:55 to play first half. Vikings by 4. They've led right throughout. Rams had a brief 2-1 lead. Moore rims the basket, battles for it, gets it back, stripped the ball. And we had a foul on Ian Ivanovich, second on the sophomore.
I think Ian's still playing football out there, Craig.
Substitution for South River, number 24, senior Garth Smalley replacing Ian Ivanovich. It'll be Tom Martin on the free throw line. He's got 4 points on the night, front end of a 1-1. Club leads by 4. Junior makes good on both. 18-12 Vikings. Rodney lost it, stolen by Martin. Altamore, short jumper. First 2 points on the night for the sophomore. Ram timeout. Vikings lead at 20-12. You're watching South River TV 35.
You don't even get a shot off front. I don't care if you're playing this TYO team. You can't win. But, oh, boy. I agree with this garbage. Look at this garbage. Don't touch me.
up along with Mark Gregory. The thing with TV 35, you're never off, even when you are off. So Tom Carpenter has gone with the same 5 right throughout the ball game.
That's one thing that could have hurt the Vikings. The Rams, they have some depth. I mean, no height in the depth, but I mean, they got basically 10 kids that can come in and out.
Biggest lead of the ball game, 8 points for the Vikings, backcourt pressure. Rams move it across. Here's Harris, and we get a reaching in foul on Lumpkin. His first 4th-team foul.
Craig, you said something during the break that they might have went over the air. South River's just a poor passing team. We've seen it. They got to put a head fake with the ball, go, like they're going to go one way, and make a good pass. They're just not making a crisp pass at all. Can't hesitate. You got to be. They pushed off.
Offensive foul on Rodney Harris. His second. He'll be replaced by Vinnie Jackson. Rams can't afford to get Rodney in foul trouble. 20-12, Vikings lead at 5:55 to play first half. Set play for South Brunswick coming up. Tom Martin wide open.
Mix up there. The Rams didn't switch off. No communication out there. Cost them a basket.
Martin leading all Viking scores with 8. Traveling on Smalley.
Now they're slowly but surely losing their composure.
Lumpkin out high, finds Martin at the baseline. Has that pretty jumper. He's got 12. Check that 10 on the night for Martin. We're 3 minutes in, second quarter. 12-point Viking advantage. Here's Greg Ginn, no good. As Martin controls the rebound.
Good shot.
Nice spurt here by the Vikings. Hornaday doesn't get the roll. Ginn controls the rebound. Quickly up ahead to Vinnie Jackson and has it knocked away. Last touch by Tom Martin.
Rams have to go up strong. Hold that ball. Go up. Draw the foul. What is that getting knocked out? The ball's like a hot potato down in the Rams end.
Jackson will toss in for South River.
Can't stop your dribble like that. That's just poor fundamentals, Craig, what Vinnie Jackson did right there.
Rams have only scored 2 points here in the second quarter. Nearly threw it away, saved by DeSantis. Foul before the shot. And that's what South River is going to have to do. Second foul on Lumpkin. Take it to the hole and get the big man in trouble.
It's another thing we didn't talk about. Take it to him. Make him foul you. Mike Woolsgrove was good at that. Going in, pump fake 3 or 4 times. I mean, keep doing it. And draw the foul.
Keith Ballas has come on along with Art Diem, replacing Greg Ginn and Vinnie Jackson.
And that wasn't a plug for Mike, Craig. I'm being serious. You smirked there. He was good at that. That's what the Rams have to do.
Vikings over the foul limit, front end of a 1-1 for DeSantis. Mike now with 5 points on the night. Rodney Harris leads all Rams scorers with 8, is on the bench, though, with 2 personals. Mike makes good on both. That Viking lead is now down to 10, 24-14. Stolen away by Keith Ballas. Nice play by Keith. 4:10 to play first half. Rams can cut the Viking lead to 8 with a bucket here. Art Diem's wide open and hits. First.
I like Garth. He makes things happen out there. He came in. He has so far for the Rams.
First 2 for Art. 24-16 South Brunswick. 3:50 to play first half. home opener Fitzpatrick. Hornaday off the turnaround. Luther Jackson got a piece of that. If the Rams can pick up some momentum, DeSantis is off the drive. Mike with 8, Rams coming back. 24-18, timeout South Brunswick. 3:32 remaining first half. Now you can enjoy the South River cheerleaders with the rest of us. So Rams coming back, Mark. South River JVs won the JV contest convincingly over South Brunswick. Really looked good for Chris Paulos. So they're 1-0.
Freshman lost.
Of course you're freshman. Any thoughts of what did Bob have to say about the game? You didn't see him?
He said the kids weren't into it. Christmas coming up. He said they're still freshmen. He said they weren't into it. They didn't play well. So what are you going to do?
Any players we should look for on the freshman team that your brother's high on?
What's that?
Any players your brother's particularly high on?
I really don't know a single guy on the team. I couldn't tell you.
That was my fault. I shouldn't have set you up for that. Mark and I haven't been talking during the break because we've been on. Stolen by Garth Smalley. Garth's first two. That Viking lead, which was once at 12, is down to 4. Batted away by Garth, and
he's making things happen. Sort of like I used to, Craig.
Garth's going to lead the GMC in floor burns and appearances in the stand.
Making a difference.
So that Viking lead down to 4. 3:08 to play. Stolen again. Here's Artheem 2-on-1. Off the glass and hit. All right, with 4, 24-22. Up ahead to Lumpkin. Drives on Foster. Smooth move by the sophomore. He's got 7. 26-22 Vikings. Quickly the other way, Ballas. Hit by Foster, won't go, and Lumpkin asserts himself with the rebound.
Rams have to slow it down now.
Can't get too wrapped up in the crowd cheering and lose the composure. Nice comeback, though. Here's Hornaday.
The man's hot.
The senior with 8. Quickly, the Viking lead back at 6, 28-22. 2:20 remaining first half. DeSantis is fouled. Await the call.
He went up strong. Held the ball. 1-2.
Rich Altamar, second personal. So the senior Mike DeSantis, one of the co-captains along with Rodney Harris, he'll be shooting 2. Mike 3 field goals, 2 free throws for 8 here in the first half. Now a 28-24 South Brunswick ball game. 2:13 to play, first half. Rams have really picked up the intensity here in this later stages of the second quarter. Moore's jumper won't go. And last touch by Luther Foster. I mentioned at the 4-minute mark, Rams only had 2 points. They've really come on.
That's right. The surge right here, they were down by 12, Craig, 24-12. They really turned it on. Garth Smalley's made the difference.
Trying to set up Hornaday. He's been hot. Here's Lumpkin. And it's raced down by Garth Smalley. Minute 35 to play first half. Viking lead is at 4. Set play for South River. Ballas has it knocked away, gets it back. Whistle before the shot.
Number 11. Number 11.
Tom Martin, second personal. So Mike DeSantis will return to the free throw line. Perfect night for Mike, 4 for 4.
I think South River right now has a good combination. Keith's found a good combination right now, and they're working well, so I think you should keep them in.
10 points for Mike, front end of a 1-on-1. Viking lead down to 3 now.
He's been perfect on the foul line, Craig, 5 for 5. You gotta like that. That's Rams are gonna have to hit 90% of their foul shots this year.
Friendly roll, 2-point ball game, 28-26 Viking. Backcourt pressure from South River. A minute 18 to play, first half. And Tom Martin controls the basketball. Goes glass way off. Foul over the back by Mark Moore. Second on the junior.
I think South Brunswick's coach should pull some of his big guys out. In the latter part of this, before the half, you don't want fouls. Get some quick guys in there to keep up with the Rams. I think that would be a good strategy, Craig.
It would. They've gone with the same 5 right throughout.
And give the guys a rest, too. I mean, that's going to hurt them in the fourth quarter. They're going to be sucking wind.
They have 4 seniors on the bench. We haven't seen Dave Grant or Brian Paulsine, to name a few yet. Diem misses the free throw, and Lumpkin controls. 1 minute remaining, first half, home opener here, Fitzpatrick. Fouls on Art Diem, his second. So that time Art trying to deny Mark Moore positioning. Mark had 10 points the other night in the opening night win against Carteret. Front end of a 1-on-1.
He's got it.
(30-26) Vikings by 4. 55 seconds to play first half. Here's Ballas in front court. Drives by Moore. Nice feed to Diem. Forces, and he drew the foul on Tom Martin, his third. So Martin with 3, out to Moore, and Moore each with 2. As Lumpkin has 2. That would be good strategy like you brought up, just to bring a couple players in. You don't want another player getting a third personal. Rams were tentative in the first part of the ball game, shooting mainly from the outside. Here's the first substitution. Senior Dave Grant, number 31, replacing Tom Martin. The Rams, the half progressed, been driving to the hoop, getting confidence, and been picking up fouls.
That's right. You got to go up strong. Go up against the big guys.
So Artie misses both. Still a 4-point ball game. 30-26. 40 seconds remaining first half. Not much you can do against that. Lumpkin, if you don't deny him the ball, forget it. Has the soft touch, his long arms. Stolen away by Moore. Here's the Vikings off the turnover, batted out of bounds by Diem. Stops the clock with 22 seconds. Tom Martin returns. So Dave Grant seeing very limited action. Been really the starting 5 right throughout the first half. See if they hold for the final shot of the first half. 15 seconds to play. Down to 10 seconds. Lumpkin out high with 5. Running one-hander is good. 1 second. So the score at halftime here, Fitzpatrick. South Brunswick 34, South River 26. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a moment. Rams outscored in the second, 20-16. It's 34-26. Start of quarter number 3. Scoring at halftime for South Brunswick. Mark Moore with 2. Dave Hornaday with 8. Donnell Lumpkin with 11. Tom Martin has 10. and Rich Altamore with 2. For South River, Luther Foster did not score. Ian Ivanovich did not score. Greg Ginn did not score. $12 points for Mike DeSantis, Rodney Harris with 8, Art Diem with 4, and Garth Smalley with 2. So really the front line, if you will, Foster, Ivanovich, and Greg Ginn did not score at all in the first half. Starting the second half will be Luther Foster, Mike DeSantis. Take a look at Rodney Harris, set to toss in, Ian Ivanovich, and Greg Ginn. Same 5 for the Vikings: Mark Moore, Dave Hornaday, Donnell Lumpkin, Tom Martin, and Rich Altamora. Quarter number 3, home opener here at Fitzpatrick. Rams will go left to right here in the second half. 1-2-2 zone once again for the Vikings. Here's Foster. So Luther Foster, first 2 for the junior, 34-28. Seems like when the pace of the ballgame has been picked up, Mark, the Rams a little more successful.
Little erratic, but successful.
Jump ball as Moore put it on the floor, and it'll stay the Vikings' way off the possession clock.
Yeah, the possession light should switch back, no? Shouldn't it switch back?
It has in South Rivers. Next time there is a jump. Inside to Lumpkin. Like we said, Lumpkin now with 13. He gets that pass. If it's not denied, here's Ginn off the glass. Lumpkin on the rebound. If Lumpkin gets the pass, forget about it.
That's right. South River doesn't have anybody else to match up with him. He's going to take it right to the hoop. He gets it inside the paint, Craig. It's 2.
36-28, Vikings lead it. Tom Martin now with 12. 10-point Viking advantage, 38-28. 6:40 remaining, third quarter. Mike DeSantis goes down hard and picks up the foul, his second personal. First team on South River for the second half. Vikings off to a quick start as Hornaday will toss in. Backcourt pressure from South River. Here's Hornaday, moves it across quickly. Lumpkin won't go, and Ginn controls the rebound. First time we've really seen the Vikings try to run. Here's DeSantis the other way. Battle for the rebound. Hornaday has it and traveling. That time Donnell Lumpkin saw some open floor. Noah's thinking jam, but it's
nothing but jamming on his mind.
South River ball. Set play for Harris. Goes baseline off the head fake. Here's Ginn. Nice feed from Rodney. And the junior has his first 2. Now a 38-30 ball game. Vikings lead it. We're 2 minutes in, third quarter. Lumpkin. Floater won't go. Foster rebound. Outlet to Rodney Harris. Lays it home. Rodney with 10 when the pace is being picked up, Mark. Stolen by DeSantis. $14 for Mike. 38-34. Quickly the other way. Here's Lumpkin off the Martin miss. 15 for Lumpkin. 40-34. Luther from deep, short. Hornaday controls the rebound. Mark Rams go in stretches. Their spurts are really sharp, and then when they get close, they lose their composure a bit.
That's right, Kirk. They got to keep the pressure on in that front court, and they really have to press after they make a basket. I think, and then keep the tempo of the game up. Get South Brunswick tired.
6-point Viking advantage, stolen by Rodney Harris. Batted away by Altamore.
That shouldn't happen. He's got to make that last dribble hard and bring the ball up to his...
Technical foul on Keith Hudak. That's the second time that happened, Mark, where 80% of the time, especially in high school ball, you get the foul call. If you look at Keith not happy, those 2 times, they ruled it all ball. So Donnell Lumpkin 1 for 2 from the line. Got 15 on the night. Shooting 2. Doesn't realize he had 1 more. He's got such a smooth shot, Mark. He's got the size, so we'll have to see as his career advances against better competition and bigger competition. 42-34, Vikings lead it and get possession of the basketball, so. That's 2 the Rams didn't get, 2 the Vikings got, and they get the ball back. Altamora out high, back to Martin. 14 for Martin. 10-point Viking advantage. I think Martin and Lumpkin are going to see 2 pure shooters as we're going to find us here. Nice follow by Luther Foster. Both Martin and Lumpkin really great jump shots to watch, Mark. Good pure shooters. Martin once again. Foster on the rebound. Foul on Moore, his 3rd personal.
Personally, I don't think that was a foul. I don't think that should have been a technical on Keith either. You know, Craig, we can't dwell. I better just stop right here, but it's terrible, you know. Every game, I watch a game on TV and I'm yelling at the TV, a ref's making a bad call. It's just something it's part of the game and you just have to deal with it.
That time, Tom Carpenter was just telling Mark Moore, bad foul. You had no shot at the ball. Don't go over the back. And that time he did of Luther Foster and picked up the foul. Ian Ivanovich dishes to Foster. He's got it. Luther has come on with 6 points here in the 3rd quarter. Now a 44-38 Viking lead. 3:28 to play 3rd quarter. Knocked away by Ivanovich. Ian controls. Nice hustle by South River. Rams going to have to do that all year.
Here comes their spurt, Craig. And then...
Been a game of spurts for South River. We've pretty much seen the same Viking offense right throughout.
That's right, some good outside shooting.
Luther Foster rims the basket. Dave Grant comes down with the rebound quickly. Altamora in front court. Holds up. Looking for his backcourt partner, Tom Martin. Martin and Hornaday have hurt the Rams from outside. Lumpkin is hurting from inside. Last touch by South River. Art Diem comes on for the Rams.
I think Keith's got to get guard smart in there. He's got to get that combination, let him work it. Other than that pass and that steal, Ian Ivanovich hasn't had hasn't played well so far.
Vinny Jackson comes on for Ivanovich. Hornaday from the baseline. Got 10 on 5 field goals. Viking lead back at 8, 46-38. Harris off the head fake. Back outside.
Didn't do anything. Got him up, didn't do anything. Put your shoulder into him.
Foul on Dave Grant, first on the senior. So Tom Carpenter going to the bench.
That's using your head. You get a guy up in the air like that, put your shoulder into him and throw the ball up. Just throw it up anyway. Short of foul. Maybe you'll get lucky and it'll fall and you'll get a 3-point play.
Harris inbounds to DeSantis. 1-2-2 zone defense employed by the Vikings of South Brunswick. Luther won't go. Batted around and Lumpkin control, but nearly stolen by South River.
Luther Foster forcing that shot that time. Wasn't there. And he hasn't had a hot hand, Craig, so you don't want a guy shooting like that who's cold. Especially not forcing.
They say last touch by Tom Martin. Nice pressure there from Vinnie Jackson. The Rams will take over. Vikings passing a little sloppy here in the second half.
Rams aren't doing that play too quickly, that double screen.
Ian recovers. Here's DeSantis traveling. A minute 30 to play, third quarter, 46-38. Vikings lead it. Backcourt pressure from South River. That time Luther Foster picking up his second personal. So Hornaday right in front of the Rams bench. Here's Lumpkin drive. No good, no foul. Vikings not happy with that. Quickly the other way. Both Art Harmon and Joe Diaz letting them play. Half won't go. Here's Diem's follow, and he's fouled. Officials are letting them play, Mark. We've seen 3 instances in high school basketball where it's always the foul, third personal on Lumpkin, and we haven't seen a call. That's a bit surprising. High school basketball, the officials very closely.
Yes, they call everything. I think they should let the kids play.
So Art Diem, who's 0 for 3 from the line, he's got 4 points on the night. Rams will need some free throws here. They trail by 8. Minute 9 remaining, third quarter. First of 2 for the senior. So Artie with 5 on the night. So a lot of action in the secondary for South River. You should also congratulate Mike Dean and Gar Smalley making some of the all-area teams, and Bill Shern.
That's right, they were outstanding players, I think, on the Rams. Garth, of course, making second team. As we see Vinnie Jackson commit a foul.
Vinnie second.
And I wonder if that puts the Rams over the limit. No, it doesn't. And Mike Dean, second team All-State. Bill Sharon, third team All-State, Group 1.
How's Bill's knee coming along quickly?
Fine, it's okay. No problems.
Here's Martin. Can't leave him wide open.
Not at all. He's the hot hand.
He's got 16 points. 8-point Viking advantage, 48-40. 45 seconds remaining, third quarter. Opening night at Fitzpatrick. Second ball game of the year for the Vikings. Won their home opener against Carteret. Mike DeSantis won't go. Altamora on the rebound. Half a minute remaining, third quarter. The Vikings trying to do something they haven't won against the Rams last year at all. 2 losses. Lumpkin on the follow. 19 points. Rams lose it out of bounds for Lumpkin. 11 seconds remaining. Last year the Rams beat South Brunswick twice at South Brunswick, 45-43, and at Fitzpatrick, 55-49. Grant can't hit and lost it out of bounds. Last touch by South River. 4 seconds to go as Mark Moore returns. Replacing Dave Grant. Hornaday will trigger in. Martin, 3 seconds, no good. Lumpkin follow. No good. So the score after 3 quarters, Vikings 50 and the Rams 40. Set for the fourth and final quarter. Art Diem, Keith Ballas, Rodney Harris, Ian Ivanovich, and Luther Foster. Same five that started the ballgame for South Brunswick. Then Moore, Hornaday, Lumpkin, and Martin, and Altamora as Rodney pops. 12 points for the senior. Now an 8-point Viking lead, 50-42. Tom Carpenter has gone to his bench just briefly, and Dave Grant gone with the starting five right throughout the ball game. Batted away by Dean, will try to save. Caballas, Banker won't go. Here's Foster on the follow. Luther with 8. Rams have hustled and played a scrappy ball game.
That's right, they're scrappy, and they get the surge, and then they lose it. They let South Brunswick calm the game down.
Third personal on Foster. Rams are going to have to hustle this year, play scrappy ball, but in the end, with your lack of size, it's just going to hurt you.
That's right, Craig. They're going to have to play scrappy ball, but they're going to have to control the game. They're letting South Brunswick is coming in and out. They're controlling it, then they fade out. And they control it, and they fade out.
6-point Viking advantage. Here's Lumpkin. No good, but a foul. Keith Hudak not happy with that call. Mike DeSantis, third personal. Didn't appear to be much contact.
He's getting 2 shots on that. A delayed call.
I don't think that was a foul, Mark. That was the one call.
It's bad officiating, Craig, and it's life. I mean, yeah.
So Lumpkin now 4 for 5 from the line. Technical foul on Mike DeSantis. Oh, check that. That may have been against South Brunswick. I thought that was against Mike DeSantis. Tom Carpenter, what's he yelling about? Got the lead?
Lumpkin with 21, Craig.
Be interesting to see, of course, he's just a sophomore. When he goes against a bigger kid like Lorenzo Williams in New Brunswick or a little more talented players, how well his game is against top flight talent.
That's right, Craig. That'll be the big test. I mean, Souther really doesn't have a man to test him.
Certainly
fun out there.
Certainly has a lot of promise and potential. Smooth shot, confident player for just a game.
Gotham weight. Seriously, he's got to put some muscle on. Sure, as he gets older, that'll happen.
But he doesn't have to worry about weight because he's got some big players on the front line with him. Mark Moore has got that rebound at Hornaday, so they're the bulk of the Viking squad, 52-44.
You look at a guy like Moore, though. He's heavy, carrying a lot of weight. He's going to get tired. You better let him sit and rest during the game.
Altamora wide open. Has 4 points. That lead back at 10 as Foster comes on replacing Diem.
I agree with the crowd. I heard it. Put Garth in. He made something happen for him.
10-point Viking advantage. Diem off the fake.
And a dump.
And Art went over the top. Art with his third personal. Art went right at the big man, Mark Moore, at 6'6". There'll be a front end of 1-1 for Mark Moore, who's had kind of a quiet game. Just 2 free throws. Luther Foster controls the rebound. 6:10 to play in the ballgame. Rams trail by 10. DeSantis pops and hits. $16 for the senior. 8-point Viking advantage, 54-46. 5:45 to play in the ball game. Vikings trying to up their record to 2-0 on the year. Lumpkin's jumper won't go. Here's Moore on the foul and a foul. On Foster, his fourth. So Moore now with 4 points, his first field goal. He's got a shot at the three-point play. We can't forget that coach's rule, you can't get up on the bench.
Oh, I see. That's tough. That's a tough rule.
That's why I think the Carpenter, the head coach, got...
Stupid rule.
Because you're not always yelling at officials, you're just directing to see and trying to see your teammate. Here's Diem off the pump, and he's fouled. So, all right, going right at the big front line of South Brunswick. Dave Hornaday on the foul. Looked like he might have checked out Mark Moore, his fourth.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. These refs, like we said earlier, they've been letting them play a little bit, but normally they call everything. And you said, take it to these big guys, just bump their shoulder, and you get a foul.
So our team shooting 2. That's 7 points on the night. That cuts the Viking lead down to 9. So Garth comes on for Ivanovic, 56-48. Backcourt pressure from South River, 5:20 to play in the ball game.
Well, Garth talking to number 11, Martin, and I like that because I was a big talker on the court. Do anything to distract the other player.
Martin over Smalley, no good. Reaching in, foul on DeSantis.
Foul. A foul. This is just...
Well, I'm not saying anything about the officials doing the basketball.
DeSantis with 4. I'm disgusted, Craig. I'm not going to hold my emotions in. I'm going to let them fly. These guys are awful.
Misses the free throw. That's in high school basketball. Like you mentioned, little bump, you draw the foul, so. Art has it knocked away, stolen. Here's Garth Smalley. And it's saved by DeSantis. Garth in front court. Shades of Marcus Haynes. Luther from deep. Luther didn't set himself that time.
That was a bad shot. Poor technique. Wasn't square to the basket. Off balance. Everything you don't want to do when you shoot.
Lumpkin races down. Here's Martin wide open.
You don't leave him open.
18 points for Tom Martin. He hurt the Rams last year at South Brunswick. 4:12 to play. That Viking lead back at 10. 58-48. Rodney Harris, top of the key. 14 for Rodney. South River timeout. 4-1 to play in the ball game. Vikings lead it by 8. We're back at Fitzpatrick. Craig Scott along with Mark Gregory. Boys home opener. Girls won there, and they're now 2-0, as I mentioned earlier. Wins over Metuchen and Piscataway Votech.
Hey, let's talk football. Who do you like?
I'm a Jet fan, so
You're hurting.
I'm in pain, I tell you. Knicks are losing, Rangers are losing.
They're terrible.
Knicks are just awful.
They're almost worse than Rutgers.
Really, it's been a bad it's going to be a bad basketball winter with Knicks, Nets, and Rutgers. Oh, boy. And Rutgers lost some players due to injuries, so everybody's hurt except the Mets.
And the Giants. I still like San Francisco. I'm a Giant fan. I'll stand by.
Vinny Jackson has come on quickly to Rodney Harris. Head fake. No good. Lumpkin controls the rebound.
Defense, that's what they got to do. Just stand there.
But I think, Mark, this is a good sign. People were wondering with this lack of height on the Rams. They're going right at they're not going to face a bigger team than South Brunswick. They're going right at them. They've missed a lot of early shots from the outside, missed some free throws, and just can't keep their spurts going.
Rams trying to create something here.
Lumpkin, 10-footer, in and out. Blake Guinness come on with a rebound.
Rams have to be perfect every time down the court.
3 minutes to play in the ball game. Vikings lead it by 8. Rams need some points in a hurry. Harris forces. No good. Moore on the rebound. Outlet to Altamore. Martin all alone. Blew an easy one. Rejected by Ginn. Here's Lumpkin. Second effort is good. That wasn't pretty, but it's 2 big points that lead back at 10. 23 for the sophomore, Donnell Lumpkin. 2.5 to play. 60-50. Garth puts his head down and hits. Garth with 4. 8-point Viking advantage. 2:18 to play. That foul on Smalley as DeSantis comes on. Dave Grant comes on.
And Vinny going out. I think that's a good move. Put DeSantis back in with 4. Let him play his heart out. You know, let him have fun out there. No, taking Garth out. He's hurt. All right. So leave Vinny in there. Put DeSantis in.
That's what you were just about to say, right? The Rich Altamore front end of 101. Battle for the rebound. Lumpkin just playing catch. 25 for Lumpkin.
Somebody just should have hacked his arm that time.
Vinny Jackson fouled on as he drove.
I thought that was a walk, Craig.
That was a walk, but I guess as he walked, he got fouled. So. He's got a front end of 101.
Lloyd's coming back into the, excuse me, Mark, no.
Does look a lot like Lloyd Moore, one-time Rutgers center.
They booted him.
That's an interesting point. Mark Moore with his weight against the Rams are a pretty quick team. See how many minutes he plays. See where he is, 10th, 12th ball game of the year, how his stamina holds up, and his knee.
Maybe he'll progress and get better and better.
Rodney Harris. That's Rodney's shot. 16 for Rodney, 62-54. Here's Moore ahead of the field. And he's fouled. Guard Smalley, his second. Moore with 6 has got another shot at a 3-point play.
If any referees watch this, or the association that makes up the rules, let the coaches get off the bench. My first criticism right there. Let them get off the bench. How could you sit there anxious and wanting to direct your team? I was just thinking about that, Craig. It came out.
Greg Guinness come on for Smalley. Vinny Jackson on the rebound. Near steal, bounce pass to Harris. Lays it home. 18 for Rodney. 64-56. A minute 36 to play in the ball game, and a backcourt foul on Vinny Jackson, his third.
Rams not out of it yet, Craig. We've seen them come back. They could put the pressure on. I think the Vikings are going to have a tough time against a team like New Brunswick. Any team that's quick. South River's quick, but I think New Brunswick's probably a little bit quicker.
They really have no depth, so
No depth at all.
strong starting five. Hornaday gets it back, no good. Lumpkin now with 27 points. Had 20 opening night against Carteret. Luther Foster pops, no good. Battle for the rebound. Lumpkin controls and hands to Altamore. A minute 12 to go in the ball game. Injury timeout. Grant comes on for Lumpkin. Smalley returns for Vinnie Jackson.
They better applaud that player. He is the nucleus. He is the team.
The transfers have proven effective for the Vikings. Lumpkin and Hornaday. Minute 6 to go in the ball game. 10-point Viking lead. Under a minute to play. Rams trying to get a steal, force a turnover here. A foul on guard Smalley. Lumpkin returns. Places Dave Grant.
I think South Brunswick could light up the cigar. I think they've won this one.
So the Rams, who beat South Brunswick quite this last year, it's going to be a difficult comeback for the Rams. They trail right now by 11. (68-56), 42 seconds to go. Smalley's pass batted away and controlled by South Brunswick. Donnell Lumpkin has been everywhere. Half a minute remaining. Here's Hornaday. Near steal by Smalley. Batted away by DeSantis. 25 seconds to play. Running one-hander is no good, and a foul. Foul's on Tom Martin, his fourth. So Mike DeSantis is shooting two. In the end, just too much size and too much Donnell Lumpkin for South Brunswick.
Sum it up, Craig. Size beat the Rams tonight. Rams have to work on their press break.
Now a 68-57 ball game, 23 seconds to play. Luther Foster, no good, battle for the rebound. Lumpkin stops the clock with 14 seconds. Garth Smalley on the foul. I think Garth has been tossed for the ball game. It looks like it's going to be a two-shot foul. Garth didn't mean anything by that. I think the ref overreacted a little bit. Everybody's going after the ball hard this late in the game, and he didn't knock him down or anything. This is going to be like a two-shot foul and a technical. So Garth is gone. So Lumpkin just adding to his totals. Vikings now lead at 70-57, 14 seconds to play, and they'll get the ball back. So a solid performance by South Brunswick, the starting five. Pretty much the Viking squad. Dave Grant saw a little of action. It looks like everybody, Mark, in high school basketball. The days of teams being 10 and 11 men deep are gone. Maybe a parochial, maybe group 4. But even East Brunswick last year was about 8 strong. You can't be 12 deep anymore. Enrollment, the kids aren't there. The kids aren't out for the sport, so not too many teams have depth. That's just like a lost word in high school sports, especially here at the Group 1, Group 2 level. 11 seconds to go. Reaching in foul on Harris with 10 seconds remaining.
Stupid foul, it's over. You want to try to the end, but we want to get out of here. It's getting late. No, I'm only joking. No, really, it really burns me up too. I know it shows heart and pride. You want to, but it's out of their reach. It was in their reach up until the last minute.
DeSantis is on the rebound. 8 seconds to go. Knocked away. Moore ahead of the field. Blew an easy one. So the final score, we'll be back with a wrap-up from Fitzpatrick. And Tom Carpenter mad at Mark Moore for that hot dog. Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Gymnasium. The band finally ending. 70-57 the final. South Brunswick now 2-0 on the year, 2-0 in the blue division. Rams lose their opener and fall to 0-1. Run down the scoring for the Vikings. Mark Moore finished with 6. Not really much of an offensive ball player. Strong rebounder, though. Dave Hornaday, one of the other transfers, finished with 12. Donnell Lumpkin, what can you say, a sophomore, 29 points. Smooth ball player, good jump shot. Kid's got a lot of talent and a name to remember. Tom Martin, another kid with a lot of talent, just a junior. A pure jump shooter. He hurt the Rams last year, and he hurt them again this year. 18 for Tom Martin. Rich Altamora had 4, and Dave Grant didn't score. 70 points. Just 5 players really seeing action for South Brunswick. For the Rams, Luther Foster had 8. Really came on in the first half. Ian Ivanovich didn't score. Greg Ginn had just 2. So the Ram front line, which didn't even score in the first half, just finished with 10. And they had a big challenge with a big front line of the Vikings. Mike DeSantis had a good ball game with 17. Rodney Harris had 18. Vinnie Jackson didn't score. Our team came off the bench with 8. Gart Smalley came off the bench, got 4, was booted late in the game. Keith Ballot didn't score. So 57 points. Rams played well in spurts, but just a big front line for the Vikings, and it's pretty tough for any team that's going to contend with a front line that goes 2 guys to 6'6", and 1 is 6'4".
True, but I think the Rams will beat them next time they play them. Just a little bit sloppy. First game jitters maybe. I think Gart Smalley came off the bench nice, played well, made things happen, put some points on the board. You know, you get a guy, whether he's got good talent or not, if he makes things happen, go with him. Rams, like you said, playing in spurts, not lacking the height, but they can make up for it with hard play, hustle. And I think they'll have a good season.
Rams going to hit the road, the St. Peter's Christmas tourney. They'll open against Highland Park. St. Peter's will play St. Pius. So the winner of those games will meet in the final. We'll have consolation and the championship game if the Rams get in. So it's going to be a tough game for the Rams in their opener. Highland Park, the top team in the white division. Joel Miller is an explosive scorer. Keith Hudak was telling me he's pretty high on the Owls. So it's going to be a tough opening game, while a pretty easy one for Peters during Pius. Rams have be a tough contest with the Owls.
Yeah, but that's what you want. You want the good teams. South River needs as many games as they can under their belt, and hopefully as the season gets long, they'll get better and better. And now, the sloppy passing, all that, it won't be there. The poor dribbling, the poor ball handling, everything will smooth out, and it'll be fluent. And I think they just have to work on the fundamentals, Craig. Boxing out, crisp passes, and they'll do it right. I think they'll win. They'll have a good season, and I think they'll beat the Vikings the next time they play. And if I'm wrong, Ed Kobus, I'll buy you a beer.
We'll buy him one anyway. So Rams were finished last year 8-12. We'll see how well they do. South River is hitting the road, the boys and girls. So is TV35. Boys playing in New Brunswick with the St. Peter's tourney. Then they'll play at New Brunswick on the 29th. Girls hit the road for the Montgomery tourney. So a lot of traveling for the TV35 crew. Thanks to Art London. So for Mark Gregory, I'm Craig Scupp. Thanks for watching TV35. So long, everybody.